He was convicted of killing 10 women, and now the same jury that found the grim sleeper guilty will consider whether or not to recommend the death penalty. KCON's Dave Lopez, he is live outside the courtroom where the penalty phase just started this morning. Dave?
Sandra, we're on the 12th floor to be exact, and right you are. The jury must make a decision, life in prison or the death penalty. There's no in-between on here, and everything that Lonnie Franklin has done in his life is going to be front and center stage. Now, the judge has allowed only the cameras for the opening statements, which have happened. Right now, the third of many family members have finished testifying. No tears from the stands yet, just saying what life has been like without their loved ones ever since Lonnie Franklin came into the picture. Again, opening statements almost matter-of-factly, but again, everything that Lonnie Franklin has ever done in his life criminally will now come to the forefront.
Then you're going to hear about several other crimes, including the murder of 5 other women, as well as a kidnap and gang rape.
Prosecutor Beth Silverman told the same jury that convicted Lonnie Franklin Jr. of 10 murders and 1 attempted murder that there is much more to his criminal background. Germany, 1974, when Franklin was in the U.S. Army.
That they dragged her and forced her into their vehicle, drove her out to a vacant field where they stopped the car, threatened her with a knife, gang raped her, and took photographs of her.
Franklin and 2 other soldiers were convicted of that gang rape, served time in the Army brig, and Ms. Silverman told the jury that that victim, 17 years old at the time, will be here in Los Angeles to testify at this penalty phase.
Death. That's what the case is pretty much leading to. All these victims, that's what you deserve, is the death penalty.
Rochell Johnson was 4 years old when her mother, Henrietta Wright, was murdered by Franklin in 1985, the second victim of the 10 which he was found guilty of.
She basically told me that my mom was, killed by a guy that they didn't know who was the one who did it, and he was still out free.
She said she was 8 years old when an aunt told her about her mother, that she was murdered by some guy who they hadn't caught. She was in the courtroom today, and many family members of the victims will testify at this penalty phase to tell the jury what life has been like for more than 30 years for some of them, to live with the nightmare that after all these years, the man who did this to their family had never been brought to justice until now. Of the 5 murders that the prosecutor alluded to, those were murders in this string that began in 1984, but there wasn't enough evidence, she told the jury, to bring the charges of murder against Lonnie Franklin on this. But they will have a lot. It would be just like a trial involving those 5 women. 2 of those women, their bodies have never been found. The case will go on now for about a month, and then the jury must decide life or death. Those are the 2 choices. Back to you in the studio, Juan.